Here is your complete storytelling video script in plain English for a United States audience. Have you ever asked a stranger to pretend to love you, only to discover that they might become the most important person in your life? On a cold evening in New York City, a single father stood outside a luxury hotel, holding his little daughter's hand. Across the street, expensive cars arrived one after another. Wealthy guests walked inside while he wondered if he had just made the biggest mistake of his life. Because the woman he was about to ask for help was not just anyone. She was a billionaire CEO. And before the night ended, their fake relationship would lead to a kiss that changed everything. Before we begin this heartwarming story, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Kindness Paradise, and leave a comment below telling us where you are watching from. Your support helps us share more stories about kindness, hope, and second chances. Michael Carter was 38 years old and raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, alone. His wife had passed away several years earlier, leaving him to balance work, parenting, and grief all by himself. Michael worked as a mechanic in Brooklyn. He was honest, hardworking, and kind to everyone he met. But life had not been easy. Bills piled up, his old truck constantly broke down, and every day felt like a battle. Lily was the bright light in his life. She loved drawing, reading books, and making paper flowers for her father. She often told him, "Dad, someday things will get better." One afternoon, Lily brought home an invitation to her school's family gala. Every child was expected to attend with both parents or family members. Lily quietly asked, "Dad, would it be okay if someone came with us? I don't want to feel different again." Michael's heart broke. For years, Lily had watched other children arrive with two parents while she sat quietly beside her father. Michael wanted to make her happy, but he had no idea how. That same week, his car broke down outside a large office building in Manhattan. As he struggled with the engine, a black luxury car stopped nearby. A woman stepped out wearing a navy business suit. She was elegant, confident, and clearly important. Her name was Victoria Bennett, the billionaire CEO of one of the largest technology companies in the city. Michael accidentally dropped his tools, and Victoria helped pick them up. "You seem to be having a rough day," she said kindly. Michael laughed softly. "You have no idea." To his surprise, she stayed and listened while he explained his problems. He spoke about Lily, the school event, and how much he wished his daughter could feel normal for one evening. Victoria looked thoughtful. She had money, success, and power, but she lived alone. Most people wanted something from her. Very few spoke to her honestly. Michael did. Without thinking, he said, "This may sound crazy, but would you consider pretending to be my girlfriend for one night? Just so my daughter can smile." He immediately regretted his words. But Victoria surprised him. She smiled gently and said, "For your daughter, I think I can do that." The night of the school gala arrived. Victoria wore a simple blue dress instead of her usual expensive designer clothing. Michael wore his only suit, carefully pressed. Lily could hardly believe her eyes. "You came," Lily whispered. Victoria knelt beside her and said, "Your dad asked me to be his friend tonight." Throughout the evening, Victoria saw something she had missed for years. She watched parents laugh with their children. She saw teachers hugging students. She listened to Lily proudly talk about her father. "My dad fixes cars and helps everyone," Lily said. "He's my hero." Victoria looked at Michael differently after hearing those words. At dinner, Michael noticed Victoria sitting quietly. "Are you okay?" he asked. She nodded. "No one has called me family in a very long time." After the event ended, rain began falling outside the school. The three of them ran toward Michael's old truck, laughing as they became soaked. For the first time in years, Victoria forgot about business meetings, stock prices, and company reports. She simply felt happy. Over the next several weeks, Victoria visited Lily often. They baked cookies, painted pictures, and walked through Central Park. Michael worried they were becoming too attached. One evening, he said, "You don't owe us anything. This was supposed to be temporary." Victoria looked at him. "Maybe I stayed because I needed your kindness more than you needed my help." Soon, the media discovered that the billionaire CEO was spending time with a mechanic and his daughter. Newspapers published stories. Business partners questioned her decisions. Victoria's board members warned her. Michael felt guilty. He decided to step away. When Victoria arrived one afternoon, she found a note. It said, Thank you for giving Lily wonderful memories. You deserve a better life than the problems we bring. Victoria drove across the city searching for him. She finally found Michael sitting alone in his repair shop. You don't get to decide what kind of life I deserve, she said. Michael lowered his eyes. I was trying to protect you. She replied softly, and I was trying to protect my heart. At that moment, Lily walked into the garage carrying one of her paper flowers. She handed it to Victoria. My dad always helps people because kindness matters, she said. Maybe you can help each other. The garage became silent. Michael finally looked at Victoria. For the first time, neither of them was pretending. Victoria stepped closer. You asked me to be your fake girlfriend, she said. But somewhere along the way, it stopped being fake. Tears filled Michael's eyes. And under the soft lights of the garage, surrounded by tools and paper flowers, they shared a gentle kiss. Not because of money. Not because of status. But because kindness had brought two lonely hearts together. Months later, Victoria used her resources to support community programs for single parents. Michael expanded his repair shop and hired people who needed second chances. Lily continued making paper flowers, giving them to anyone who looked sad. Their story spread throughout the city, reminding people that kindness often appears when we least expect it. Sometimes the richest person is searching for love. Sometimes the poorest person has the biggest heart. And sometimes one simple act of kindness can change 3 lives forever. If this story touched your heart, remember that kindness costs nothing but can mean everything. A smile, a helping hand, or a moment of understanding can create miracles. Thank you for spending time with Kindness Paradise. Until next time, keep spreading kindness, because the smallest act of love may become someone's greatest blessing.